Here's your puzzle of the week. It is white to play and win. This is a tricky position. So it's taken from the game Chanaktan Unat against Gerhard Lorscheid, played in the European Championship in April 2026, not so long ago. So white has a rook and a bishop against the queen. But look at black's king. It's almost in some kind of mating net. But that knight is doing a good job, so it's not going to be possible to slam that rook down because the knight covers the d8 square. This is really difficult. At first glance, it looks like white must be winning somehow, but actually there's only one way to do it. If you want to check out the solution on chesspuzzle.net, I've put the link there. And actually it starts from a slightly different position later on in the game. Anyway, you'll see. But I think this is really interesting. Okay, are we ready? So the first move is to move the bishop. Now, if the bishop moves all the way back here, this looks pretty strong, trying to get the knight in on f6, but actually the king escapes. And this is okay for black, because after this, you slam the knight on d4, shutting out the bishop. And even though white is able to take the h-pawn, the king is safe. The rook, crucially, the rook can't get to the 8th rank to deliver mate. And then the queen is going to pick up the pawn on g5, and, well, this one will drop as well. So bishop a1 is not the solution. There's only one way to win, and that's bishop g7. That's a very nice move. First of all, knight f6, mate is threatened. That means black's next move is absolutely forced. Knight takes bishop. So white doesn't take the knight, because then just king g7. But knight f6 check first. So if the king goes in the corner, then the rook does come down to the 8th rank, winning. So king f8 is absolutely forced. So again, don't take that knight. Instead, take the h-pawn. Now if the king goes back, so basically we need to look at two moves here. So king g8 and king e7. So king e7 was played in the game. So first of all, we'll look at king g8. So how does white win after that one? It's all forced. So knight check. Again, if the king goes in the corner, then rook check to the 8th rank is winning. So king f8. Now white wins very nicely with h7, threatening to get a queen. And after queen h2, well, you can win easily like this. Get a new queen, and then rook d8, and you take that one, and white is just a rook up. Okay, so let's go back. So king g8 loses. Okay, so king e7. Now in this case, it's possible to take the knight. So white is simply threatening to get a new queen. But black finds a clever defense here that makes it as difficult as possible. Queen e5. So this is actually the position given on chesspuzzle.net, and white to play and win. So if you want to stop the video here and have another go, then go ahead. So white to play and win from here. If white makes a queen, this is a mistake, because then black has perpetual check. So the queen just keeps checking. Queen e4, the king can come over here, but the queen just keeps checking. And there's basically the white king does not escape the checks. It just ends in a draw. But instead, you promote to a knight. Check. And then king e6. This is the game continuation. Knight f8 check. So the king has to come up the board. And now there's only one way to win. Incredibly, it looks like there's a trick. How does white win here? So if knight h6 check, then the king runs away. And black is all right there. But instead, rook d5 is the winning move, winning the queen. So queen takes rook. And then knight e7 forks king and queen. So this is a very simple win. White is the whole piece up and just brings the king in. And if the king comes across, then that pawn can be protected by the knight. So there's no problem. Very long sequence. Let's go right back to the start to this position. But it's all forced. I mean, frankly, I was surprised that there's only one way to win this, but bishop g7, that's a really nice starting move. And yeah, lovely under promotion. So let's just have a quick recap. Bishop g7 here. Check. Promote to a knight. Knight check. King comes up and rook d5, winning. So if you want to go through the solution on chesspuzzle.net, then do click through and you'll find loads of other puzzles there to amaze and amuse you.